Hello, this is Fuel the Soul, and I'm here with your reading for Libra, December, mid-month 2020. All right, let's start the shuffle. Libra. What do I need to know about Libra for December? Okay, let's see. Libra. Okay, I'll take that one. We have the Seven of Wands. I'm hearing tactical issues. What's that about? All right. Libra 2020, December. One flipped. Death card. Tactical issues. Death card. Maybe some things just need to be put away and be done with. Let's see. Libra. Shuffle more cards. Oh, I'm hearing that. I'm keeping that one. The Knight of Wands. See, there you go. It's like some tactical issues. Finishing it, ending it, making decisions on it, and then moving on. Ten of Cups. Okay, we have a few cards here. We're going to do the Magician, the Knight of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. We're going to do two more cards. There's one. Two of Pentacles. And the last card, the Five of Wands. Okay, so first row, we have the Seven of Wands, right? We have the Death card, and then we have the Knight of Wands, like moving on, letting something die, walking away from it. The Seven of Wands is about, I heard tactical issues. I feel like you just have different things that are happening in December for you. The Wands are about those must address issues or must attended issues. Like you have to pay attention to them. That's why in the Seven of Wands, the guy, he's just like, he has his face like he has to stay on top of it. Okay? No entry into that hallway. Energies wanting to come in, or, you know, whatever you want to look at it as, wanting to go into that walk area and him having to guard it and be picking and choosing what needs to be done. So I heard tactical issues immediately. And so I think that some things just need to be put away and be done with. Maybe they're not worth your investment and your energy and time. And moving on into something new. Because the Knight of Wands is about travel. So maybe some of these things are holding you back from moving on and moving forward, and even actually traveling, like actually going. These could be also issues, like emotional issues, fears, things that keep you from moving on, where they need to end, and you need to think about moving on and moving forward, because the Death card signifies that some of these things are sucking you bone dry and they're not allowing you to grow. They're not allowing you to move forward. And I think, Libra, that's kind of where you have to look at the things in your life that are supplementing you and those that are depleting you. Okay? Now, the next row, we have the Ten of Cups. Your center card is the Magician. That's a pretty strong card. Then you have the Knight of Swords. So the Magician is a really strong card, in my opinion. I would like to have it because it's about control and creating, manipulating, forcing, convincing, leading. There's so many guiding. There's so many ways to look at that. So the Magician is a really strong card, and it's in your center. It's kind of like your core for this month. And I think what you're looking for is to have happiness and control of your life. I don't think that you enjoy having to be harsh and aggressive, Libra, but I think that sometimes that there's a need to do it. And that's about that top row again. Like really looking at things that don't serve you any longer, that don't have a purpose for you. You're looking for your happiness and joy. You want to be in control of your life. You want balance in your life. And so I think it's about cutting out the fat and choosing where you want to give your energy. Six of Pentacles. Where you'll give and what you won't give. Here in this card, usually it talks about somebody being generous and giving out. But here it could be about you giving out, but knowing when to pull back because you've already cut the fat up on top. You've decided that some of these issues just aren't worth your investment, right? Like they don't bring your core happiness in. And I think that's what you want. You want to have control of all of your life and be able to manage it. And it seems like you have things above that are draining you, that take a lot of your attention and time, and they might just be draining you. You know, and so I think the card here is about you ending that, like really looking at things and saying, I just got to end that. It's not working for me. You know, it's not working for me. And it's time to go into somewhere else and put my investment and energy into something else because I'm looking for that happiness. I want that rainbow. I want that home life. I want this, you know? Okay? Most people want it. So you're not weird for wanting it. And I feel like your skill set allows you to do it. You're capable. You're capable of running the show. The Knight of Swords talks about having to be tough and it not being easy, but you choosing to have the harder side of you come out and make those decisions. But they're for healthy reasons. They're for your own health. They're for your own good. They're maybe even good for your family, right? If you have a family, if you want to create this energy, have a roof over you with others inside that energy, in that circle over the roof, then the four walls, if you will, well, then you have to run it in a certain way so that you can create that. And that is about discipline. And I think that the Magician speaks of discipline. We're going to talk about the third row. I spoke a little bit about the Six of Pentacles and about how you're having to decide where to put your energy. And energy equals out to money. There's pentacles here. So maybe because of the way things are right now in life, maybe it's Libra having to make those tough calls. You know? Really tough calls. But you are capable of keeping this home and keeping balance in your family life, your love life, your personal life, your work life. But you're going to have to decide what stays and what goes. Where can you give and where can you give and then when to know not to give anymore, right? You can't keep handing out to everything. You can't drain yourself either, because if you start to drain yourself, you won't be able to have the balance that you need. So the Six of Pentacles speaks about you giving out, but knowing how to hold back a few of those pentacles for yourself. So all this cutting back around that I talked about allows you to have this Two of Pentacles. So I believe that what happens here is that by you understanding and holding back and not giving to everybody the energy, the expenses, the money, whatever that energy is, right? Yourself, it's the Two Pentacles speaks about the balance with the Magician, having the home life. But having a home life and being able to run the show means also being able to know when to say no to others. Maybe Libra has given too much out, and so it's time for Libra to stop giving out and hold some of it in for Libra's own self-good and energy life. For you and for the people around you. And maybe these tactical issues are smart things to cut back on that help you keep your reserves so that you can get up and fight again, the fight of life, right? The good, the bad, the difficult, the smooth, all these things, business. You have to be able to be ready to go and attack life again when it is needed. So by not giving out too much, by being able to manage that, the Two of Pentacles gives you the relief that you need. It keeps you stable, Libra, in December. Because the Five of Wands is warning you that you never know what's around the corner. And if you do not take care of these Seven of Wands that are draining you and killing off your assets and your extras, if you don't take care of those things, you could be caught in another situation where you're having to defend yourself, right? Just issues of life. Again, these are wands. So those tactical issues, they come up again if you're not aware and careful about looking at those things that just aren't serving you anymore. They're not giving you, they're not fueling you, and it can be as silly as cutting out. I'm just going to pull out different stuff. Cutting off certain bills, automatic payments, for example, that you pay out. Maybe you always buy extra and keep it in the garage for things. Well, maybe you shouldn't be keeping that because that's money sitting on the ground waiting to be used. Maybe you can utilize that money somewhere else, right? So they're tactical, they're smart, keeping your money fluid. Also, what about, for example, let's say that at work, you usually take in all the work and say, I can do it all, when instead of saying, you know what, distribute some work out evenly. Yeah, could you, or asking, could you help me with something so that I'm not overloaded and taken over by all these issues. Maybe it's about you being able to ask for others to step in and help you so that you're not feeling this pressure, this deathly pressure of performing even, and making you not want to even walk away from everything that you've worked so hard for. So it's about controlling your life, managing your life in December. I know that things are so hard right now. They're so difficult everywhere. This could be a really good energy suggesting to you to look at different pieces of your life. The fabric of your life, I'm hearing. I don't know. But it's kind of like all the pieces that are put in like on a quilt, right? Looking at those pieces and saying, are these pieces worth keeping and generating over and over? Or are these things that I can eliminate and make my life easier on me, on my family, on my world? And maybe not pressure me to feel so heavy, because you always have to be prepared for the fight, right? The fight of life. And if your energy needs to feel balanced, and you need to feel like you're in control, like Maybe you're the kind that doesn't want to be the follower. Maybe you like the control and the management of life. You know, you like to distribute things out and manage work, home, everything, love, you know, finances, which is what I see with the magician. Then maybe it's, again, making those hardcore issues to cut off things that just aren't really helping you. And that could be even editing in your life. That could be like going into your closet, going into your home life and saying, you know what? I can't have all this anymore. It's not serving me. I'm feeling crowded. I need a workspace. I need a Zen place. I need to feel better about these things. Things like that. You know, I need to feel better about my energy and the space I sleep and live in. It's things like that. It could be looking at maybe the numbers in your account and really having to say to yourself, okay, I really have to be honest with myself. I can't swing the life I used to have. And for now, I need to cut back. And that could be this cutting back. So it doesn't drain you. It's not like you can't have it again. You're the magician. You can certainly have it. This is your energy. But it's about looking at things and accepting maybe like a truth here and a bit of the reality, saying, in order to feel good and at your highest point where you're like, you know, you're walking good, your head's up high, and you have this stride, right? This energy that follows you. To have this energy, well, maybe you need to cut back. Maybe it doesn't feel great. But when you do that walk, you'll still have your stride because you were able to cut around in areas of your life that suck you bone dry, that suck the life out of you, and allow you to keep moving forward, letting the night move on and stay out of one area and move into growth and into new space, a new energy. And it's all about just cutting back. Just cut back a little bit. And that's in different aspects of your life. That could be friendships even, you know. That could be a partner. That could be people that aren't helping you. They don't have to help. They just don't have to take away, right? So that's about looking at placement in your life. That's what I'm thinking. Placement in your life. Okay, let's see what else I'm seeing. Okay. Let's pull out a couple of more cards. I feel like for Libra, it's about just keeping things neat and tidy and organized. That's kind of another way of looking at you in a whole. Keeping it neat, keeping it tidy, keeping it on point, and not allowing for all of that to happen. So let's see. What else can we look at here? I was going to pull some cards out. But instead of this deck, I'm going to use this deck. And I think what we'll do is we'll ask for, what does the universe suggest in this read, since we see the cutting back, the editing, to manage life good so that you feel at your very best as a magician, right? That's a great energy to be in. I'd rather be the magician than the king, okay, or queen. I really would, because I can make things happen. King and queen can make it happen, but there's someone always like wanting to throw you off your throne. Whereas the magician, I think the magician just kind of floats, creates, and has the gift of seeing the future and the magic. So I kind of like the idea of being the magician of my own life. You know what I mean? All right, one card there. What kind of advice are they saying? Nine of Wands. Again, it's talking about tending to all those things that maybe are hurting you and not serving you. Okay? We have the Eight of Coins, talking about that work ethic, about studying, again, and creating this. How can I explain it to you? Like, it's about the Nine of Wands addressing those issues. The Eight of Coins talks about you understanding and learning and choosing to move into another state of progress. Don't look at things about cutting back as going backwards. Look at it as you're educating yourself and you're allowing yourself to learn more and move into more of an adult state of mind. And here we go. There's the Hierophant. Just exactly what I said about you leveling up, by you understanding that you need to cut back or look at things that just drain you and don't allow you to be your beautiful self, Libra. You know, the things that don't make you flow in your magic, in your magician energy, by you understanding and cutting back, then it talks about you learning to accept that sometimes things have to be done in order to grow even further in your education of life. Thus, the Hierophant. So, the Hierophant is about stepping into a new power. Between the Magician and the advice of the Hierophant, it's almost like you can become even more powerful than you thought. The Magician is about the magic of you and all that you can do with who you are. The advice was to cut back and look at the things that can wound you and affect you and pull you back. Knowing that if you accept to kind of look at things like this, that it speaks of growth. The Eight of Pentacles is about understanding and receiving knowledge. And that could be the book of life, right? It doesn't have to be school. Or maybe it is. Maybe it talks about you going to school. But these cards are about the advice and talking about by cutting back, you grow into a better place. Thus giving you this, it's more of an adult. I understand you're all adults, but I'm just saying this is about stepping into a new power. Yes, the Magician is very powerful, and that, like I said, I've always said is, well, I've said it's a great card to be, of course. But the Hierophant also talks about more like a connection, a deeper awareness to spirituality, which will fuel your magician gifts already and allow you to step into a new role of life. And I don't know if when you look at it, you'll say, okay, in the today now, what does that mean? Well, that means about you, there's many layers of life and there's many layers of adulthood. And maybe this speaks about you really stepping into a very grounded, a very realistic view of your life, accepting and understanding, and knowing that sometimes when you pull back, you receive more. And I think that's what these cards talk about. That maybe God or the universe wants to give you more by seeing if you're able to put, if they see you disciplined in pulling back, they may want to gift you something even stronger and even better. That's what I'm trying to say. And those gifts will allow you to go to a new place where you'll feel even more fueled and more successful. And they will not drain you. They will allow you to flow and be your very best self. Okay, I'm Feel the Soul, and I appreciate you being here for this reading. I wanted to say something. I didn't understand and realize that if you like these videos and if you like it by hitting the button, it helps me for my videos to move and float. And I guess go through, just move more, I guess. I didn't know that. So if you like this video, please like it. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe because it helps me also grow into a new place where I'm trying to reach myself. So again, I Feel the Soul. This was December's reading for Libra. I want to wish you happy holidays. God bless, and I will see you in January. Bye. Maybe this is about prepping for the new year too, huh? I kind of felt that. Bye.